Ever pondered on the unseen spiritual forces that shape our world and the human traditions we so deeply cling to? Let us embark on a journey, a story that will illuminate the teachings of Christ and the dire importance of discerning truth from deceptive philosophies. Once upon a time, in a small village tucked between rolling hills and endless green, lived a humble man named Elias. He was known for his wisdom, his kindness, but most importantly, his unwavering faith in Christ. One day, a charismatic stranger arrived in the village. He was well-spoken, knowledgeable, and had a captivating aura about him. The stranger spoke of a different philosophy, one that was deeply rooted in human tradition and the elemental spiritual forces of the world. The villagers, entranced by his eloquence and novelty of his ideas, began to veer away from their faith in Christ. All but Elias. Elias, with his deep-rooted faith, saw through the stranger's hollow and deceptive philosophy. He understood that the flesh counts for nothing and that the spirit gives life. He knew that the stranger's philosophy, while enticing, was based on human tradition and the elemental spiritual forces of this world, rather than on Christ. Elias decided to challenge the stranger's philosophy. He quoted John 6:63. "The words I have spoken to you, they are full of the Spirit and life." He reminded his fellow villagers that it is easy to be taken captive by such hollow and deceptive philosophies, but they must remember the teachings of Christ. He warned them, as Ecclesiastes 12:12 cautioned, "Of the making many books there is no end, and much study wearies the body." In essence, Elias was reminding his fellow villagers that no amount of human knowledge or tradition could replace the life-giving teachings of Christ. The villagers, moved by Elias's words, began to see the stranger's philosophy for what it truly was, hollow and deceptive. They realized that they had been swayed by the eloquence of the stranger and the novelty of his ideas, rather than their truth and substance. In this story, we are reminded of the importance of discernment. It warns us against being swayed by hollow and deceptive philosophies that depend on human tradition and the elemental spiritual forces of this world, rather than on Christ. The teachings of Christ, full of the Spirit and life, are the true guide. They remind us that the flesh counts for nothing and that the Spirit gives life. The story of Elias warns us against the lure of such deceptive philosophies and underscores the importance of sticking to the teachings of Christ, which are full of the Spirit and life. In essence, it is a call to discernment, a call to stay true to one's faith and not be swayed by the eloquence or novelty of deceptive philosophies. It is a reminder that the words of Christ are full of the Spirit and life, and that they should be our guiding principles in life.